Hello and welcome back. Today I have with me arguably one of the two best foldable phones at the moment in the market. On one end we have the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro and on the other end we have the Oneplus Open. So how do they compare? So let's jump in and see what they are. Let's start with the design of the phones. As you can see, in one end we have the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, which is the latest one with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, and on the other end we have the OnePlus Open. As far as the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro is concerned, this one is a China only release, so no global release launched for the foreseeable future. There's no update on that one. Looks like this one is purely going to be a China only release. And on the other end, the OnePlus Open, this one is a global edition. As far as the Vivo is concerned, it's got a shimmery frosted back. As far as the OnePlus Open is concerned, this one comes with two versions. One is a frosted glass back and the other one is a black fox leather back. So there's two versions of it. So as far as the dimensions are concerned, so you can actually see, instead of measuring the dimension, I can actually show you how they look. So as you can see, both the phones have got different aspect ratios. So this one feels like any other candy bar style phone as far as the height is concerned. And this one feels a bit shorter when compared to the other candy bar style phones or even the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro. However, this one has got slightly a wider screen. And this one has got a more of a narrow screen, but not as narrow as what you see on the Samsung Galaxy Fold 5. And the biggest differential is this one has got a side mounted fingerprint sensor. And as far as Vivo is concerned, this does not has a side mounted fingerprint sensor. This one has got an on-screen fingerprint sensor. However, the biggest difference is this one only has got one way to unlock it, which is the side mounted fingerprint sensor. And obviously, yes, it has got the face unlock as well. As far as Vivo is concerned, this one has got the front fingerprint sensor. Also, it's got an inner fingerprint sensor as well. So yes, and also this one has got the face unlock as well. As far as both are concerned, both are very fast to unlock. I never had any issues in unlocking either of them, and the face unlock works absolutely fantastic without any issues. And as far as the slimness is concerned, as you can see, both are kind of slim. However, Vivo X Fold 3 Pro is more slimmer than the OnePlus Open over here. Well, if you want to compare or if you want to think about the slimmest phone, that crown is still held by the Honor Magic V2. So that aside, if you see, that's how they look from the side. And you can actually see they have got a big massive camera bump in the back, but obviously the OnePlus Open is slightly more protruding than the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro. And as far as the cameras are concerned, both of them have got fantastic cameras. They've got 50 megapixel and 64 megapixel of telephoto and also a dedicated telephoto lens as well. And that's how they look as far as the hinges are concerned. When you see this one has got an 8-inch of screen, when you compare it with the OnePlus Open, this one has got a 7.6 inch of inner display. So that's how they look when you open it. And one strange thing which I've noticed is when you open up the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, it actually completely opens like 180 degrees. However, when I do the same thing with the OnePlus Open, it opens but not exactly 180 degrees. It's like 178, 179 degrees. It's not completely flat. This one, you just have to give it a V push, but yes, it's not exactly 180 degrees. And this is how they look when it is opened. So you can actually see how slim they are when they are opened. As far as the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro is concerned, got a slight curve at the edges. It's not exactly a flat screen. However, as far as the OnePlus Open is concerned, it's got a pretty much flat screen. So let me know in the comments below, which one would you prefer? Do you like a flat screen or would you don't mind a curved screen? One thing which I can see is both are quite comfortable to hold on. Like even though this one has got a more flatter screen and it's got a sharp edges, but this one has got a more curved edges. So holding it in your palm doesn't put too much pressure on your palm, and they have got a very good weight distribution. But as far as the weight distribution is concerned, I would say the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro has got a better weight distribution. Don't take me wrong, OnePlus Open also has got a very good weight distribution, but somehow I just feel like because of the massive camera bump and the shorter body, the OnePlus Open feels a bit top heavy when compared to the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro. Now let's talk about the performance and the software. As far as the performance is concerned, yes, the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro comes with the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, and as far as the OnePlus Open is concerned, it comes with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. To be honest, if you use them both in regular basis, day-to-day basis, I can guarantee, I can say that you will not know any difference between a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor and a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. Literally, they both are very fast in response. I haven't had any lag or anything like that in my time of using them, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Both the displays are absolutely gorgeous. The only difference is this one is a more shorter screen and this one is a more wider screen. One difference when you're using any phone is how good is the software, because at the end of the day, they might have the best hardware in the world, but if they don't have a very good software, everything just falls apart. One good news is both have got very good software. The biggest difference when you're using a foldable phone is how good the multitasking is. Each different phones have got different ways to do multitasking, and yes, that is true in these two phones as well. As far as the Vivo is concerned, they have got a different way to do multitasking. Let me show you. Say for example, you open up a browser and you want to open up something else. All you need to do is just do like that. That opens up the possibility for multitasking. So here you can actually open up two applications. So that's one way to do multitasking. As far as OnePlus is concerned, it's got a different way of multitasking. So say for example, you've got one application open, you want to open up the second application, you can just throw it over there. And the biggest advantage in this one is you can actually open up a third application in this one as well. Toggle around to whichever application you want, which makes it quite easier to use. Softwares have got different way of implementing the multitasking. It depends on which one you're comfortable with, but in my opinion, both are pretty good. And also one advantage which I would say, which is with OnePlus Open is, say for example, you open up an application over here, you actually have got like a taskbar, like a Windows taskbar. So this makes it easier if you want to just open up one more application, you can just drag and drop it over there. So in that way, it just makes it easier to do the multitasking. However, on the Vivo, you don't have the taskbar open all the time. So that makes it kind of tricky, even though both have got extremely very good way to multitasking. I personally prefer the way OnePlus has implemented the multitasking. It just works slightly better, but it doesn't mean that Vivo is bad. Vivo is good in multitasking as well. Also, one advantage is both of them have got different way you can actually swap around. Like say for example, if you want to swap the applications, you can do that in the same thing. You can do that, and if you wanted to be in the portrait mode, you could do that as well. So these, especially with the Vivo, the previous iteration of the Vivo or the Chinese versions of the foldable phones, they didn't have that kind of implementation, but it's good to see that they have implemented this year, which is a big winner for me. So that is for the multitasking. And because these two phones, whether they've got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor or the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, both are phenomenally fast no matter whichever applications you run. And one good thing is both of the foldable phones are well optimized for social media. Like say for example, if you look in the Instagram, for example, both of them have got proper optimization, so which is always good. When I was using the Google Pixel Fold, they were not optimized properly. They were just a stretched out version, which was not good at all. But at least in this one, the apps are properly optimized for viewing the content on the inner screen. Now speaking about the speaker quality in these two phones are absolutely amazing for a foldable phone. It's just purely because they have got more than one speaker. They've got one at the bottom and one at the top. The same thing goes for the OnePlus Open as well. However, I have noticed that OnePlus Open sounds a wee bit better when you compare it with the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro. So let me show you a sample. Hearing the speaker from both the phones are very good in speaker quality. However, as I mentioned, I am leaning slightly towards the OnePlus Open, just because it's just got a bit better speaker quality when you compare it with the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro. Now talking about the battery life in these two phones are absolutely gorgeous. The OnePlus Open has a 4800 mAh battery compared to the 5700 mAh battery on the Vivo. So on paper, the Vivo absolutely crushes the OnePlus Open. However, in my day-to-day use, yeah, the OnePlus Open also has got a very good battery life, but Vivo slightly has got a better battery life than when you compare it with the OnePlus Open. But either of the phones, you cannot complain about the battery life. They are solid. Talking about the display, watching content on either of the screens are absolutely amazing. No matter whichever phone you choose to watch your content, both will look absolutely amazing. However, when I'm watching the content on both of them side by side, I feel like the Vivo has got a slightly a brighter display when compared to the OnePlus Open, and also the viewing angle is quite bigger in the Vivo when compared to the OnePlus Open. But either ways, both the phones are brilliant in watching content. You will absolutely enjoy watching content in either of them.